This quaint Italian village has all the fixings. Beautiful frescoes, colorful buildings, and a central piazza. There's just one thing. We're in Wales. And the village's design goes beyond its whimsical, colorful appearance. It's actually designed for conservation. Tucked away on the coast of northern Wales is the village of Portmeirion. It looks like something out of a fairy tale.
I can't stop smiling.
Portmeirion is an example of having fun with architecture.
Look, Ma, I'm in Italy. Blue, white, peach, red, a different blue.
It's the brainchild of Clough Williams-Ellis, a Welsh architect who had a vision of creating something truly unique.
Clough had a uniform. He always wore the same clothes. He had 9 different sets of the same clothes. And people said to Clough, why do you always wear the same things? And he said, well, I've got enough things to think about, let alone what I'm going to wear every day.
And Clough had a lot to think about.
He wanted to show that you could frame things to make them more impressive. So the whole village has a series of vistas. Can you see how he's planted either side to create the vista again? So he's framed the dome in the planting. You'll see the dome is ever so slightly left of centre because it shouldn't look manufactured.
Portmeirion is full of hidden surprises.
So here, we're looking at our Buddha. Of course, it makes perfect sense for an Italianate village to have a Buddha, doesn't it?
And it's a great reminder that looks can be deceiving.
I don't want to disappoint you in any way, but we don't have a fire engine behind the door there. So Clough wanted to bookend the piazza, so at the far end he put the Gothic pavilion, and then Clough designed the gloriette at this end.
I noticed these, I guess, cherubs on top. Are they
Flat?
flat?
They are flat pieces of aluminium painted with a cherub on. You can see Clough's sense of humour all through the place. You know, he wanted this place to be fun.
To make Portmeirion look like it's been there forever, Clough went out of his way to put old things in it. Portmeirion became a home for lost building parts, like making room for a bomb-damaged 18th century colonnade, or taking the stones from a demolished medieval castle to build a clock tower.
In the 1920s in particular, people were modernising their old mansion houses. So people would say, oh, can you design me a new porch? And yes, of course I will, but I'll have the old one off you. He was recycling in the 1920s before, you know, we all do it now, don't we? But he was doing it with buildings.
Clough had 20 years of planning out Portmeirion before even breaking ground here, because location was everything.
By chance, he came across here in 1925. What sold it to Clough was all the cliff edges we have here, and this amphitheatre ravine in the middle, obviously the wonderful estuary, and the 70-acre headland.
The location was so important because Clough's greatest ambition was to work with nature in his architecture, and it's on display all throughout the site.
You can see how the nature is sort of just pushing its way through.
Cliff faces are framed. Buildings are built right on cliff edges. He modified nearly every single building to fit the terrain, all in an effort to highlight the natural beauty. What Clough Williams-Ellis accomplished here has inspired countless architects, including Frank Lloyd Wright, who visited Portmeirion in the 1950s. And it's no surprise that Portmeirion attracts creative types, from writers to musicians to filmmakers.
If you watch Merlin, the TV series with Sam Neill, that was Merlin's.
I love that miniseries.
That was Merlin's Island in the series, yeah.
It was the backdrop of the show The Prisoner in the 1960s, starring Patrick McGoohan.
What Patrick McGoohan wanted from Portmeirion was the architectural ambiguity of the place.
That's because the Italian style of Portmeirion isn't really Italian at all.
Well, Clough travelled around the world and he wanted this place to be a whole mix of different styles of architecture, but he needed something to join all the different styles together. He was a huge fan of Portofino, so he chose the Mediterranean colours for that. And that's why we're known as an Italianate village. The architecture is not Italian, but the colours are the Mediterranean link.
But that doesn't mean we can't still have some gelato.
I'm having Italian gelato. The flavor is scone, jam, and cream. And I'm caught in a Welsh rainfall.
It took Clough over 50 years to build up Portmeirion to the way we see it today. It stands as a testament to what one idea can accomplish. And it's a shining example that tourism can be both profitable and sustainable.
Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to our channel to see more awesome videos like this one, and leave us a comment to let us know what crowning achievements of the imagination you know of. And to see more of my personal content, head to youtube.com/thecuriousworld.